We recently launched Thornhill Duck with Simply Better and Dunn Stores, and they have been supplying us for over 30 years. And when I say us, Maclean House. So where I do all my videos for online is in a small little village called Blacklion. Well, just outside Blacklion, literally 2 minutes over the road is Thornhill Duck. So this is their duck here, and it's the Irish whole duck. So to simply roast it, if you look up one of my recipes, some orange and lemon and thyme, a little bit of salt and pepper, tiny little drizzle of oil, and then it can be roasted in this tray with a touch of water at 140, 150 thereabouts for about 2.5–3 hours. So this is the way my mother used to cook the duck. So what I did this morning, I got a duck from Zurich and Kenneth Moffat. They're just our neighbours, and who produce and rear the most delicious duck. It's a cross between an Aylesbury and a Peking duck. And as I say, we've had it on a long time in Maclean House, and we're so proud of it. So I wanted to show you a really nice duck salad. So people think, you know, oh God, do you have to get the full duck? Well, it's lovely, roasted on its own, beautiful, with some nice mashed potatoes and some buttered carrots, and it's a real treat. But why not a lovely salad? It's an absolutely fantastic ingredient, and you can do this with the Thornhill duck legs and breasts, which we'll be bringing out very shortly for Simply Better. So we're very excited about that. So what I did was, when the duck was cooked, I just literally took it off, the legs off, and the breasts off, and I just wanted to crisp it up a little bit more, so I put it onto some parchment paper for about another 15 minutes. A good hot oven. Now I turned up the oven definitely to 180. A little tip for you: when you take off the legs and the breast of the duck, you can just literally flash it under the grill for a few minutes, but this is the way I do it, and I always put a little bit of parchment paper. So we'll come back to that in a minute. That is lovely and warm. It's only out of the oven a few minutes, so it's gorgeous. I wanted the skin to be really nice and crispy, because for me that's the most delicious part of the duck. I want to show you a lovely dressing. It's really, really simple. A little bit of mango. For me, the star of this whole recipe is that beautiful duck. It is a very unique product, and they're two of the hardest working people, and they're great friends, but they're absolutely brilliant producers. Okay, we're going to talk about our dressing that we're going to make. We often do this in the cookery school, and our guests love it, so they do. So we're going to use some soy and ginger sauce, and we're going to use some hoisin sauce. And actually, I'll just give you a little tip. This hoisin sauce is lovely with the duck leg or breast shredded in a brioche bun. It's absolutely gorgeous. Try that. So we're going to put in our soya. So I'm going to put in about 2 spoonfuls of that, so the soy and ginger. So there's a nice bit of a kick to this dressing, which I really like. And then we're going to use this. So this is the hoisin sauce. So they're both made, I forgot to say, from a company. I always kind of give it a little stir from them. I'd be licking that now, so I would. So they're made from a company called Full On Foods. So you may have seen me using some of their products. I'll just get actually a small teaspoon. We'll just help it come. Okay. So now just put that in there. So roughly about the same 2 spoonfuls of the hoisin sauce goes in there. Now you can put sweet chili sauce into it if you wanted to. We're going to use some extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to use a bigger spoon for this. So I'm going to use, this is probably about 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. So you usually use twice the amount of oil to vinegar. Now, this is some apple cider vinegar. So I think apple works really well with duck, and this is from Highbank Orchard, another great Irish producer. So that's what I love about my work with Simply Better, is talking about the great Irish producers, and the Spanish ones and the Italian ones that Simply Better work with. They're a great team. So that goes in there. Okay, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then just some sesame seeds, and that's all we put into this. It's a really delicious dressing that will keep really, really well. So we always get the students to make this, and then they get extra to bring home in the cookery school. So a little bit of black pepper, and then I'm going to whisk this all together, but I want to put in some beautiful sesame seeds, which are toasted. So you could hand blend this, but I wouldn't hand blend it with the sesame seeds because it kind of breaks them all up. So just using your balloon whisk, just whisk this all together. You're making a nice emulsion, and you have a lot of really interesting flavours there. Now see the way that thickens up? So if you want it, I'll just show you the consistency of it in a minute with a spoon. Actually, I'll stir that in there. Okay. So if you wanted to loosen this up, just put a couple of spoonfuls of warm water into it. So that's it there. That's our beautiful dressing, and that will separate because there's no thickeners, there's no gums, anything like that in it, but this will keep really, really well. Now you can put in some garlic into that if you want to. So we're going to prepare our mango. And then we're just going to get the duck ready. So it couldn't be easier. So what I'll tell you what I'll do first. I'll just talk to you, give you a little tip. See the way I tuck the tissue? So a little bit of tissue paper over the salad keeps it really moist. So we have a lovely selection of cos, we have Mansuna, we have a little bit of ruby chard in there, we have a little bit of wild rocket, some of them from my garden, some of them I just picked up in my local Duns. So there's lots of lovely texture and flavour in there. And tell you what I'll do first is just prepare the spring onion. So kind of cutting it at an angle. So we're going to use the white and the green of this. Okay, so just slice it at an angle, watch the fingers, and then we'll do our mango. So what you're looking for in mango is that it's nice and ripe. So when you press it, there's a little bit of softness. It's the exact same as avocado for ripeness. You want it lovely and soft. Now we're going to literally just kind of cut this open and try and use a small knife for this. It'll just make it a little bit easier for yourselves there. So we're going to use some mango and then we're going to put some apple into the salad because we have the apple cider vinegar and I think that works exceptionally well. So just take your time when you're doing this. You can chop the mango, you can slice it, it doesn't really matter what you do. I'm going to slice it because I think it'll look really colourful in the salad. If you get the mango and it's a little bit firm, just literally take it out. Don't store it in the fridge, store it in kind of like your kitchen just for literally a couple of days, and honestly that will be perfectly ripe. So just take your time when you're doing this. You can use the potato peeler if you want to, and just watch the fingers and slice this. Now, so that's that there. That should be more than enough mango. I'll put that over there. Okay, a little bit of apple. So we're going to get our nice, this is our Granny Smith apple, and we're going to cut this into nice sticks. I'll just show you how we do this. So really nice kind of thin slice of that. Curve your fingers and then you're just going to cut it. Now you can cube it and you can put it into the dressing, whatever you want, but it's nice to have a nice little bit of texture and shapes. So I'll just show you. Sorry, I should have shown you that. So kind of just break it up. So just do this at the last minute. Your mango can be done. You can put a little bit of lime on the mango. You can do this whatever way you want to. So I'll just get literally this little bit of duck breast, and then we're just going to literally kind of cut it. Look at the way that's crumbling apart. It's such a beautiful product, you know, and I just love their duck. We're so proud to serve it in McNean House. We always have it on our menu as a starter or a main course. Maybe I've said that already. Mela says, yeah, you've only said it 3 times. But we're going to arrange this, and it's just so delicious, and it's so consistently tender, full of flavour, and this is a warm salad, so the duck is warm. Now, and I love the skin of it. So lots of that lovely duck. See the steam coming from it. So you need to kind of serve this pretty quickly because it'll start to wilt and soften the salad. Now we'll just arrange the mango and just do that nice and gently. Yeah, again you can cube it, I've sliced it. So just arrange that just all over, and that gives lovely freshness. Mango and duck work really well together. Next is our lovely little bit of apple. So the little sticks of apple, they have to be done at the last minute, or else you can keep them in a little bit of lemon water. We call that acidulated water. And then we have our lovely dressing, and the sesame seeds are so good in this, really are delicious. So just drizzle that all over and be generous. So see the way I'm doing kind of long kind of strokes of the dressing. This is so good, and this dressing will work really well if you have some nice kind of roast chicken. I particularly like this with the duck, but it is a really good dressing. And look at the texture. So you have the hoisin and you have the soy and ginger. This is optional. We just toasted some peanuts. I didn't have any cashew nuts, so normally we do this with some cashew nuts, but any kind of nut. You've seen me using some pine nuts. So this is going to give great crunch. So there's an awful lot of textures and flavours in this, and I just think it's such a delicious, fresh, so full of flavour salad. And then we're just going to finish it with the spring onion, and then the last thing is a little bit of coriander. So coriander, just put it on, just literally pick these lovely little kind of sprigs, just gives lovely freshness to a salad, fresh herbs just at the last minute, and just arrange that just around the salad. And there we go. So that is my crispy Thornhill duck salad with the mango, the peanuts, that lovely sesame dressing and that little bit of apple for just acidity works really, really well. Just place that on the table, let everyone help themselves. Like, this is a full duck that I've roasted. The 2 legs, you just literally shred the meat off that. And remember, try that for the duck brioche roll. That's a recipe that Surika, who produces the duck, she sometimes cooks that for us. So I'm looking forward to tasting that soon. Surika, thanks. Just a wee nod out there. But if you shred that, a little bit of hoisin sauce, a little bit of shredded salad, and in brioche, I'm telling you, it's so delicious. So I hope you enjoyed this very, very special and I think delicious recipe. I know it goes down a treat in the cookery school, and that's our crispy Thornhill duck with mango, peanut, and that lovely apple dressing. Okay, thanks a million.